Hey up everyone, the Yorkshire Magpie here. I hope you're okay. So, a 2-2 draw with Spurs. It's more than I thought we were going to get out of the game. I'm not going to lie, as a fan, I went into the game already defeated. So to come out with a point, it's better than nothing. And especially against a team like Spurs, we've got quite a hard run of fixtures coming up. So any points against top teams, every little helps. So let's talk about the game. The first thing to mention is the formation change. When I saw the lineup was released, I assumed that we'd be playing 5 at the back, but it turns out we were playing 3 at the back. It's not a very Newcastle United thing to do, let's put it that way. But I'm glad we changed the formation. Like I said in my last video, the 4-3-3 doesn't work without Almiron, St. Maximin and Wilson up top. So I'm glad Bruce changed it and tried to find a formation that's best suited to players that were out on the field. There was also 5 changes to the starting lineup, which I approved of considering how we played against Brighton. So that gave me the smallest glimmer of hope. So we started the game okay. I didn't think there was one team that was dominating the other. It seemed quite evenly matched. And we had a great opportunity early on in the 2nd minute where the ball fell to Joe Linton, but classic Joe Linton. Let's hit it straight at the keeper. He was under no pressure. The Spurs defence was ball watching, and if that was Callum Wilson, that would have been put in the back of the net. I think overall, Joe Linton had a decent game for us, but in the first 10 minutes, it wasn't good enough. Countless times he was getting the ball and just losing it. But he redeemed himself later on, which we will come on to. There were big positives to take out of the game. Surprisingly, our players looked quite sharp. Kraft made a great run in the 13th minute to win us a corner, something that I'd not necessarily seen from him before. However, he did what I believe every player in our team, bar 1 or 2, do when they get into that situation. They do a bit of good play and they go, oh, I don't want to mess this up now, and by doing that they panic and mess it up. I just wish the players would, after doing a good bit of skill or beating a couple of men, just compose themselves, take a bit of time, look up, see what's on, rather than just hitting the ball up or trying to score an outrageous goal that isn't going to go in, let's be honest. If the players just had a little bit more composure today and a little bit more quality, we would have got more out of the game than we did. Our XG, or expected goal rate, today was 4. And like I said, if we just had that little bit more composure, it could have been 4. No, Danny, that is an outrageous thing to say. Of course Newcastle aren't going to score 4 goals in a game. What am I thinking? We had another great opportunity in the 18th minute. Murphy drove it into the centre of the park. Shelvey picked up the loose ball. He crosses it in for Gale. Gale gets his header on it. A great save by Lloris, by the way. And Gale just can't finish the follow-up. Gale should have finished it, but it's great that we created that opportunity in the first place. It feels like we created more opportunities in the first 20 minutes of this game than we had for the last 4 put together. And I don't think it was that Newcastle was playing amazingly. I think it was just that Spurs weren't really playing. What I mean by that is that the Spurs back line were doing a lot of ball watching for the first 20 minutes. The Spurs defence seemed lacklustre and bored, and they just didn't seem to be present. And that was shown in the 28th minute when Spurs tried to clear the ball twice. Both times they couldn't clear it. It ended up coming to Longstaff. Longstaff passes it across to Joe Linton. Great assist, by the way. And Joe Linton puts it in the back of the net, son! Come on, Joe Linton! Your 2nd goal at home in 2 years. Not great. Really not great. But he scored! There's always a positive, isn't there? I just can't get over it. Joe Linton scored a goal. What a lad! Joe Linton, come on, my son! Oh, what was Lloris doing? Really, he must have seen Joe Linton and been like, you're going to score a goal against me? Nah, son, nah. Oh, it's past me. Come on, Joey! Woo! Spurs have just scored. Just so you know, Spurs have just scored. Sorry, what? Spurs have just scored? Yeah. While you were busy celebrating, Spurs have just scored. It was like 30 seconds after your goal. You are joking, right? I wish I was, mate. I'm not joking. Classic Newcastle. 30 seconds after our goal, our whole team is asleep. Kane gets it down the other end and absolutely buries it. It was shocking defending, too easy for them. All our hard work in the first 30 minutes, gone. This is a recurring theme with Newcastle. We get ahead or we do a good bit of play and we just fall asleep and think the job's done. It's not done. Clearly not, because Kane's just scored again. Sorry, what? He's just scored again? Yeah, he has. But don't worry, this time it wasn't 30 seconds, it was 4 minutes. So that's an improvement. This team, man. This team. No! And Ndombele picks out Kane on the right-hand side of the box, and to be fair, it's a world-class finish. Again, it's just poor defending. Our back line is pulled apart from different runs from Spurs players. We just made it too easy for them. Although the 2 goals we conceded were annoying because we just switched off, there were positives to take out of the first half. Attacking wise, we've seen much more of a threat going forward as we have done in the past few games. But like I said, we just lacked that bit of composure and a bit of quality when we were forward. For example, in the 41st minute, Almiron was making a really good run down the right hand side of the field. There was no one around him. Joey was making some really good hold-up play. He passes it back to Gale. All Gale needs to do is find a good through ball, but he just overhits it and that's it. They're gone. It's gone. The opportunity's been wasted. But apart from those few mistakes and turning off for 5 minutes to give them 2 goals, because why not, it felt like we were the better team. And that continued in the second half. We made a really snappy start. Almiron made a great run early on. He almost curled the ball into the bottom corner, but Lloris made a great save. Then we had another good opportunity. Murphy got a couple of shots off. Really bad defending by Reguilon. The whole Spurs back line today was just shambolic. We had more possession in the second half, but it seemed very back and forth. Spurs had a good opportunity in the 66th minute. They crossed it in from a corner. It didn't really fall to anyone. The ball went back up in the air. Tanganga comes running in, gets his head on it, and Almiron clears it off the line. What a legend. Then in the 69th minute, we have another great opportunity. Kraft crosses it in. It lands to Joe Linton. He takes the touch. He's got loads of space. All he needs to do is put it in the back of the net. But once again, he misses. Again, the Spurs back line were ball watching. If Joey had just taken a little bit more time, picked his spot, that could have been 2-2. It gets to the last 10 minutes of the game, and we deserve to get at least a point out of it. The desperation starts to kick in because we commit all our men forward. And we almost get punished by that as Spurs make a counter-attack and Kane hits the post. But committing men forward pays off as Matt Ritchie sends in a lovely cross from the left-hand side. Joe Linton headers it back in to keep the ball in play. Willock follows it up, smashes it home. Come on, son! The substitute Willock, the player on loan from Arsenal, scores against Spurs to bring it to 2-2. You legend. I thought from then we were going to sit back and try and keep this draw, but no. The players wanted to go for it, and I believe they should have because we were the better team. We should have got a win from this game. The only opportunity that Spurs had really after our goal that scared me was when Bale had his free kick. So we give away a free kick on the outside of our area at the 87th minute, and Bale gets subbed on. There's 3 Spurs players standing around the ball, and as Bale comes on, he picks up the ball and goes, "Nah, lads, this one's mine. You watch. This is going top bins." And obviously, Bale's a world-class player, so my heart rate starts getting going. He composes himself. He hits the ball way! Skies it! So the game finishes 2-2, and I just feel like we deserved more. We're our own worst enemy. We lost concentration for 5 minutes. They get 2 goals. And that's it. That's the difference between getting 3 points and not. Overall, though, there was some very positive things to take out of the game. Spurs played badly, which made us look better, but it was so much better than the Brighton game. Let's hope this gives the lads a bit of confidence going into the next game against Burnley, because that is a huge, huge game. Feel free to leave a comment below to let me know your opinions on the game. I would love to hear them. But that's all from me. I'll see you next time.